Rise and shine, Rwanda.
Good morning. You're watching Rise and Shine Rwanda with me, Ivan Magwene.
And me, Peace Quizera. Coming up on Rise and Shine.
We look into the highlights of the second day of the Africa Agriculture Science Week.
And in sports, boxing experiencing a new dawn this year.
And in lifestyle, we catch up with comedian Nkusi. Well, all that and more still to come, but first we get to meet the rest of the team. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning, Ivan.
You're looking fresh.
Yeah, I look fresh, but some energy today. Did you take coffee for breakfast?
Well, it's always the energy, but sometimes, it's crooky mornings. But I love the haircut.
Sure, thank you.
All right. Morning, Chantal.
Good morning, Ivan.
Where's the money?
In the bank.
Anyways, all that and more still to come, but first we give you the latest stories making headlines here in Rwanda and across the world. Now, starting off with the local story, President Paul Kagame was joined by Mahatal Kent, the chairman and CEO of Coca-Cola Company, to officially launch a Coca-Cola-sponsored social and economic development eco-center in Rwanda cell, that is Gishari sector, Rwamagana district. The facility becomes the first of a kind in Rwanda and will benefit up to 25,000 local residents with access to services that easily are accessible, including a fully fledged health center, telecommunication, and a 3G Wi-Fi enabled internet access. It's quite a big development for Rwamagana district and for Rwanda, because this is one of a kind eco center, and such kind of developments also kind of brings back the issue of climate change, the issue of clean energy and all other things. But in all, how did you see this visit of the president and of such an influential man like the CEO of Coca-Cola?
Well, these are big men. We'll not forget Reverend James Jackson was there. But about maybe the center too. I mean, obviously they are brought by something important, and this eco center we have is a solar facility, there is a medical facility, and this means something for Rwamagana. Remember, Rwamagana is a place that people don't want chaos in. The chaos in Kigali, they go to there. So this is something where, if it's well handled, it will look after this district for years.
Yes. Of course, something that was very up-catching was the speech from Jesse Jackson, who was saying you need not to undermine the kind of leadership you have, especially from the President Paul Kagame.
Yes.
But I would love to bring it to what one thing that the president mentions, which was very, very, quite catchy for me, was the issue of public-private partnerships in developing and working on development in certain countries. How do you see the public-private partnerships in Rwanda? Because this is a very good example. Coca-Cola partnering with the government extends out something.
Yes.
Yes.
The public and private partnership in Rwanda hasn't been there as much, and most of the work has been left to the government to deal with. But in this case, Coca-Cola has come up and they have established the Eco Center. It's the first in Rwanda, with Rwanda venturing into technology and providing facilities like clean water and Wi-Fi and everything. This is perfect. So the president was encouraging more from Rwandans themselves. So I think this is going to be more than
of course, not forgetting, we need to extend our appreciation to people who have been involved with this project, like Philips in lighting up the place, and other projects, Wasak and all other people that worked on this same project, and would say kudos to that.
Exactly.
Now, please, you have the second one.
Moving on to the second story of today's trending topics, of course, we're moving all the way to Kenya, where Kenya MP's arrest over hate speech. 6 Kenyan presidents due to appear in court over allegations of hate speech. On Sunday, an MP aligned with governing Jubilee coalition allegedly were accused for the assassination of the Prime Minister, who is, of course, the previous one, who was, of course, Raila Odinga. And this is quite something, especially because it's our neighboring country. But what is that thing that comes into your mind when you hear something of this sort, Ivan?
Well, of course, we have seen a Kenyan parliament quite divided than ever. If you look at we've had even wrangles in the parliament.
A lot of opposition.
Yeah, a lot of opposition, especially between the coalitions, the Jubilee and the other coalitions. But very important also, we kind of not have seen the really good picture of Kenyan politics, especially looking at the divisive politics we have seen in Kenya. This is not a uniting kind of political arena. That gets me to worry, looking at the fact that Kenya is about to go for the presidential elections, and we're having such kind of scandals going on for parliamentarians. This leaves questions, and this leaves a state of emergency that we need to work on something. Something needs to be done in the Kenyan politics. Otherwise, we might see improper situations happening close to the elections.
Of course, it was burnt. Of course, it was also said that everyone who will be found participating or practicing hate speech will be immediately taken to jail,
the proper way to handle it.
The proper way to handle it, Stephen.
There have been challenges handling this hate speech, because we've had sections of the Kenyan public complaining that people who have been taken in for this vice, they are not okay. A sentence is supposed to be not more than 3 years, but that they don't spend a lot of time in they are not punished for long, and then they go back to their ordinary lives and then start the same thing again.
Yes.
So there's expressions of okay, it's a challenge to tackle that hate speech, because the laws they set up, and then the commissions are put up to tackle it. They found it really challenging. So
and something that is very alarming piece is the fact that there have been protests against the Electoral Commission.
Yes.
The people need reforms in the Electoral Commissions. That is another quagmire state. We also have this same issue going on for the MPs. I mean, if you look at this is not the right time. We cannot see in political instability.
Actually, it has been MPs and governors. So these are the influential figures in Kenya.
Yes.
So if they are practicing hate speech, what do you think the idlers that usually strike will do?
Yes.
Of course, you can go ahead and let us know what you think on our different social media platforms. So we'll be moving on to the next story.
All right, now moving on beyond the region, actually. Now we go on to the Horn of Africa. Ethiopia and Eritrea have exchanged accusations over who started Sunday's fighting at their disputed border. Ethiopia's information minister Githaum Reda described the clashes in the Torona area as an Eritrean initiative. Well, a peace deal in 2000, for a reminder, ended the country's 2-year war border with Eritrea and Ethiopia, but it has not been fully implemented yet. Well, do we actually see another conflict in the Horn of Africa? Looking at things,
the conflict has always been there, but silently.
But silently. I mean, this is something that has gone on for years.
Yes.
Accusations, 2006, 2008, different stages of trying to build up the anger, I would say. And this is not something that has really settled. Could we see?
This development is unique in a way that there was an attack, and people were killed, people died.
About 80,000.
Yeah, and there is no clear side to put it on. You can't say
They are both
Ethiopia.
playing the blame game. So
Yeah,
absolutely.
even if we had people to intervene and make peace talks, they would have no side to start on.
Originally, we already have the Algeria. We had the Algeria peace talks, which at the end of the day, they say have not been fully implemented.
Yes.
So something you think more peace talks needs to be done, especially with the issue
I
concerning
think
the
there
borderlands.
is more to the border conflict that maybe we don't know about, but that being the major one, and the talks being held and yielding nothing, I think we need something like the African Union to step in, or even they should send troops there, like they sent to South Sudan or anything, or Chad.
Troops, I don't think would be a good idea.
They
need a third party to come in.
The peacekeepers can be there, and the peace talks can be held.
We have a conflict of ideas
Well,
over
this is
there.
a
You have
challenge
opinion
that
to say.
this is a challenge. These people know the region well, so it's hard for a third party to come in and then say, now like this, judging by the situation, I mean, people died and no side, every side is
Blaming the other
it's not
side.
clear. So how do you come in and mediate that?
Right.
So
well,
I
we,
think
we can mediate something out of
Yes.
there. But anyways, we keep it up there because we're almost out of time. Let's please move on to a very interesting story.
Of course, the Parliament welcomed the government's bill to amend the law governing community mediators, which is also known as Abunzi. Of course, the communities across the country to remove the authority to mediate the different issues that they deal with in different sectors of the country. So what does this mean when it comes to Rwanda? Abunzi is well known as an organization that probably kind of mediates all kinds of problems in lower
Those
sectors
crimes
of
from
the real bottom of, I don't even know how to express
the
this,
roots.
but from the roots of everyone's home, especially the homesteads. But of course, they have said it's not what they're doing. Most of them are not doing enough maybe work as they're supposed to do. Most of them are not practicing law as it's supposed to be done. Also, finally, they've decided that they're going to remove this and maybe implement.
I want to be clear.
Yes.
I want to ask: are they wiping them out completely
no,
out
they are
of the
going
system?
to delegate civil matters.
Yes.
Civil matters will be handled to them. I mean, if
Okay.
I were
So
neighbors
some
and I quarrel with you
responsibilities
over
have
something,
have been taken away.
some
Those simple
responsibilities
cases.
I
of
have to
course
say something
have
on
been
this
taken
one.
away.
Please let me say something on this one.
Sure.
It is very vital that at least we have seen Abunzi actually solving very important cases and looking at how much a court case costs.
Yes.
And sometimes we have seen Abunzi cut those because at the end of the day, there are people that are free or they're free of charge. There's no cost for getting justice. And for me, having them being extended in certain ways in terms of the way they function, I think this comes out at the right time. Partners like the Ministry of Justice, the Rwanda Initiative for Sustainable Development, and all other partners working with Abunzi, I think this comes as a very good message because I think that way they've been given more value. And this also brings the question of how best are we using our local solvency. We saw Gachacha working to give justice. We saw things like Umuganda. All these local initiatives are actually trying their very
it's
best.
been about evaluating, seeing which cases can they handle best.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And it's been decided that cases that involve a lot of money, that call for a lot of legal skills,
And
they'll be given-
heavy crimes.
Heavy crimes will be given to court, and then they'll be given the matters
Those are
between
small.
communities, and so
Which I think is okay, actually.
Which is okay, and of course these are some of the views that the rest of the team think. Do let us know what you think.
And now moving on to our last story, it is of course the debate that has taken world waves. Now the European Council President Donald Tusk has warned that a UK vote to leave the European Union could threaten Western political civilization. Mr. Tusk said a vote to leave the EU would boost the anti-European forces. As a historian, I fear Brexit could be the beginning of the destruction of not only the European Union, but also Western political civilization in its entirety. Now, we've had the debates. We've had David Cameron. We've had the Mayor of London. We've had people from the UKIP and all these other political parties in the UK. But the decision is very soon. June, the British are going to say it's either we're in or we're out. But what does this signify if you have been able to follow the debates? How are we standing? Because for some people, they think that the out people are losing it and the in people are taking the debate. Outside
Actually,
of which, Chantal?
23rd June is the D-Day. So I can tell you I'm equally scared even when that doesn't concern me at all. And remember when David Cameron was campaigning, he said there would be a referendum for the UK people, for the British people, to know what they want and not be exploited. So it has raised a lot of debate in the whole of Europe. People are thinking, what if the UK pulls out? How do we stand? How strong are we going to be without the UK? So to me, I think this is going to cause more harm than good to me. Because
what do you base your factors on? Economical or any other
first
security?
of all, economical and security. We know UK is strong in those points. Not that other countries are weak. Europe is actually strong, but the UK takes the lead. So I think UK pulling out is going to cause instabilities in the whole of Europe. So I really hope they don't vote
Absolutely.
for that.
Now, I will move on to what you've been saying. The UK takes the lead. That is what exactly the former British Prime Minister Gordon Brown was saying. We need to take the lead, not the leave. Right?
Yes.
But at this point, do you think we've had enough debate? And are we convinced either we're in or out? Especially, I'm speaking this on the concern of the UK and the Europeans.
About Tusk saying that the UK needs to take the lead. Well, when you listen to some parties, some sections, they complain that the UK asked for reforms from the EU and they didn't deliver. So now that they talked of leaving, now the EU is coming up to paying attention and they're having talks. And then we have, the other point that was raised up is the debt. You know, we have countries like Greece that have needed bailouts and other countries. So now, okay, going by what I had, France and Germany, well, they will shoulder the burden of having to bail out financially those countries in the EU that have debt, and you have the UK pulling out, so which would give these other countries burden. And well, it's an interesting debate when you listen to the points to leave, to leave, and then points to stay in its.
Well, now wrapping up this talk. Now, given a chance, peace, as a UK citizen, let's imagine the situation. What would you vote to? Leave or stay?
Well, like she said, it will be very tricky for the rest of them. So if I was a UK citizen, I would be, I don't know, I'm probably thinking about the best of everybody. Okay. And I would stay.
You would stay?
Yes.
Now, you had it, of course. Peace would stay. Would you stay? Let's wait for the referendum on the 23rd to see whether it's the Brexit or the Brexit. All right, there you had it for the stories. We'll be back shortly with the story of the day. Welcome back to Rise and Shine Rwanda story of the day with me, Ivan Magwene. Now we're at the Kigali Exhibition and Conference Center where different members from different African states are convening to discuss the future of agriculture. And of course, different topics will be discussed, especially in line of how creativity and innovation and science can be helped to improve the situation of the agriculture in Africa. Now, as you heard from the first day, Dr. Adesina from the African Development Bank emphasized on the fact that more science innovations need to be worked on to improve food security in Africa. We'll be bringing you all the latest, but first, let's see how the second day went. This Science Week and General Assembly of FARA is an annual event which is the principal forum for all stakeholders in Africa, agriculture, science, technology and innovation to reflect on their achievements and craft strategies and actions aimed at enhancing the contribution of agriculture towards accelerating the continent's socio-economic transformation. According to the United Nations 2015 World Population Prospects report, more than half of the global population growth between now and 2050 is expected to occur in Africa, which means more food security mechanisms should be developed to satisfy the growing population. Dr. Kinua Adesina, the president of the African Development Bank, who was present at the opening day of the meeting, said Africa needs to invest more in agriculture research and innovations to achieve real agriculture and modernization and transformation. The Agriculture Science Week attracted different exhibitors who are showcasing different innovations that have helped farmers improve their production here in Rwanda and across Africa.
I work with Harvest Plus. Harvest Plus is an international program. And CIAT is an International Center for Tropical Agriculture, into the CG Forum. Yeah.
Give us a little bit
the crops, the product that I'm showcasing today. Harvest Plus is an international program that focuses on improving nutrition and public health through increasing nutrients to food staple crops. So we are in more than 40 countries worldwide. But in Rwanda, we are working on high-iron beans. Beans why? Because 90% or even more, when even the foreigners are in Rwanda, they eat beans. So we eat beans, we all eat beans. So why? Because beans are naturally having iron as a micronutrient, but at a low level in the varieties that farmers use to grow here. So in conjunction with Rwanda Agricultural Board, the program has bred varieties of beans that are high in iron, and they bred them for also a high yield, because iron is an invisible threat. Farmers can't be convinced that those varieties are rich in nutrients. So yeah, the varieties are now since 2012, they are now disseminated to farmers to grow and especially to eat. Yeah, and especially in Rwanda, Africa, the whole Africa. So we do have more than 80% of people, they are farmers. They live on agriculture. Their living is from the agriculture. So, and more than 70%, they live in that rural areas where they can't get really nutrients that they need for better health, for better nutrition. So yeah, I think applying science is very important to even reach those farmers, those people who do not get the nutrients that they need for better health every day.
The forum is expected to show some of the key innovations that should provide solutions to help drive Africa's agriculture sector in more production. And there you had it of what is taking place here at the Africa Agricultural Science Week in Kigali. I hope you got to get more insights on how innovation and science can help improve the situation of agriculture and help in more production here in Africa. My name is Ivan Magwene. Shantaru Wera will be up next with business.
Here is to traveling and saving. Starting 1st of April to the 1st of June, travel with Rwanda and take advantage of our reduced fares and enjoy our world-class services in great comfort and safety.
Fly our dream to the heart of Africa.
Welcome back. Business Stories making headlines today with me, Chantal Uwera. The government made a bold move 2 years ago to support selected firms from priority sectors of the economy with a view of boosting their capacity. This move was aimed at enabling them to improve output and hence increase exports. 40 deals were signed with selected exporters to effect this cause. Rwandan tobacco tycoon Tribert Ayabatwa Rujugiro has filed a multi-million shilling suit against Kenyan investment bank Dyer & Blair for selling his Safaricom shares and failing to speedily pass on the sale proceeds to him. Mr. Rujugiro wants Dyer & Blair ordered to pay him damages for withholding proceeds of the share sale for 135 days and for paying him after fluctuations of the US dollar rate negatively affected his returns. Court on Monday sentenced at least 16 government officials to life in prison for embezzling public funds in South Sudan, which has been struggling with major corruption scandals. The officials reportedly occasioned the loss of more than $14 million from the office of the president. These include an employee from the central bank, another from Finance Ministry for Kenyan nationals, and staff from the State High Office of President Salva Kiir. And that's all we had for you in business today. Stephen Kalimba will be up next with sports.
In local chess, the ladies team to represent Rwanda at the Chess Olympiad has been chosen. Five ladies qualified to represent the country at the 2016 Chess Olympiad in Baku, Azerbaijan on September 1st. Marie Faustine Shimwa, Sandrine Uwase, Aline Yonsawa, and Odile Kalisa and Joseline Uwase are the 5 girls. The 5 made it out of 7 girls who started training at Classic Hotel 2 weeks ago and concluded on Sunday at the IPRC Chuchiro. They join another team of men players. Ferrade President Kevin Ganza said they will encourage both teams to keep practicing harder so that they are in better shape come September. And in Euro 2016, Italy defeats Belgium in their opener. Emanuele Giaccherini and Graziano Pelle secured the win for Italy to kick-start their Euro 2016 campaign with a hard-fought win over highly favored Belgium in Lyon. Giaccherini grabbed the first for Italy. After a sustained period of Belgian pressure that he did nothing, Italy benefited from a counter-attack, with Pelle scoring from a volley to seal a disappointing night for the Belgians. And in the NBA, the Cleveland Cavaliers beat Golden State Warriors to delay Golden State Warriors' title hopes. Cleveland Cavaliers beat Golden State 112 to 97 to reduce the finals series to 3-2. LeBron James and Kyrie Irving made 41 points apiece to become the first teammates to score more than 40 points in the same NBA Finals match. Steph Curry managed only 25 points as the Warriors missed suspended Draymond Green. On Thursday, Warriors returned to Cleveland, where they won the 2015 title in Game 6. And in today's preview, we look at boxing, the sweet science, which is experiencing a revival this year, having all but died in 2015. Have a look. The year 2016 is like a fresh chapter for the Rwanda Amateur Boxing Association. In 2015, the boxing body didn't organize any activities as it had no legal status, which ruined the boxing calendar. However, this year the issues were resolved with the fraternity uniting. With that, Federation President Kalisa says the first step is preparing for tournaments and reorganization of the clubs.
This year, we hope to bring up this boxing this year to see that we develop young talents and develop boxing, and to see that this year at least we might compete on the national level. Right now in clubs, they're also trying to put up together to bring the boxers into their clubs. Very soon we are going to be telling each club to bring their forms showing us the boxers of each club, so that we should know this boxer is in Chimisagara, the other one is in Remera. So that very soon we are going to prepare a championship whereby there will be meeting club per club. Okay, the challenges look to be financially. We need sponsors to come in so that what we are planning, that we put it on practice and see that that championship goes well. You never even promoters could come in.
He adds the federation is in plans with runners based abroad to stage promotion fights in the country. On the team, Jean-Paul Chiza, the national team captain, believes now is the time to make up for the time lost last year.
Intego dufite ahanini ni intego yo gukora imikino myinshi itandukanye mu gihugu hose, boxing ikagaragara n'ahantu batayizi babibona ku mateleviziyo cyangwa bakabyumva gutyo gusa. Turashaka naho kuzabereka live. Muri uno mwaka icyo mbona nakora ni ugukora imyitozo cyane, bishishikarije na bagenzi banjye. Ku mwaka ushize bamwe bari bacitse intege kubera ibintu byari byajemo byo kuba badindira, ariko ubu ngubu uno mwaka none no gukora cyane kugira ngo undi uzaza usanga noneho turi tayari neza.
According to Gatorano Jean-Claude, the national team coach, a plan is anyway to promote the sport countrywide and among the youngsters.
Okay, uyu mwaka dufite intego nyinshi. twe nuko twari dusa n'abacikamo ariko ubu dufite intego nyinshi cyane ku buryo dufite intego zo kuzunguruka intara 8 dukina mu rwego rwo guprepara shampiyona kugira ngo abakunzi ba box uyu mwaka tubashimishe babone ko box nayo mu Rwanda ishobora kugira ikikora, ishobora kuzana imidari ikigaragaza nk'uko tuyigaragaza. Okay, uyu mwaka ikintu cya mbere tugomba kwibandaho ni guhera mu bana bato tugaprepara guhera muri schools intermediate tugaprepara amashampiyona cyane, imikino ikajya cyane, tugakina cyane ku buryo abanyarwanda bazabashimisha, box ikagaragara ko abakinnyi barahari, abakoci turahari.
There's still a lot to do in the game, but with the possibilities, it's an encouraging year for the players and stakeholders. Stephen Kalimba, Rise and Shine Rwanda. Welcome to studio, Mr. Kalisa.
Thank you very much.
Sure. Well, you said you have a lot of plans to do many events, and the recently concluded Genocide Memorial Tournament is one of those events. Tell us, how did it go in the organization and the participation and the funds?
Okay, the way it was organized, it was nicely organized because we had support from the ministry and Committee Olympic. Though they didn't fund us, but we managed to go through that.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was the level of the competition and maybe the fun spirit?
Okay, the level of the competition wasn't bad. It was good because what we hoped for is what we got.
Okay.
The trophy managed to stay. And when to come to the fans, there were very many.
Okay.
So it gave me a picture as we go on organizing games and touring around the country to bring in more support.
Okay. More about that, you said I'd like to engage more younger people into the game. I mean, what would you do to maybe attract people to the game?
Okay. When the match started, there were young boys and girls who started over before the match.
Okay.
Yeah. So as per now, we are organizing a tournament for the kids.
Okay.
We are organizing to bring in kids from Uganda so that we can see what they can do. If they can do like the elder brothers. But I think they can make it.
Okay. Now that everything is online, I'm sure you'll be interested in working with the International Boxing Association. Well, tell me, how is that partnership going on? Because all federations in different countries have to work with an international body.
Okay, that international body, we are working together because we have the correspondence. We are already working with them.
Okay. Well, what does the calendar look now for the game, for the sport?
Okay, for the federation right now, the calendar, we asked for the calendar, but it was a bit late. They say they'll be giving us the calendar of 2016 to 2017. But at the moment, we are asking for the calendar that those months are remaining so that they give us, we start from there.
Well, it looks like a positive start. I don't know, do you have something you can tell to people who didn't attend who've been wanting to hear more about boxing, any type of message?
Okay, the message I would give them, boxing is like any other game.
Okay.
They shouldn't think that boxing is for fighting. It's like any other game, it's like karate. So they should come in and watch and bring their kids so that they start over. We have a plan. If it works out, we'll be going into schools.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you had it from the former boxer himself, President Vic Kalisa. Well, up next is Peace Quizera with Lifestyle.
Here is to traveling and saving. Starting 1st of April to the 1st of June, travel with Rwanda and take advantage of our reduced fares and enjoy our world-class services in great comfort and safety.
Fly our dream to the heart of Africa.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine. It's time for Lifestyle with me, Peace Quizera. Now, in the past here at Rise and Shine, we talked about how the comedy industry here in Rwanda is improving day by day. Today, we dig deep to find out the hustle behind comedy. But before we go any further, let's take a look at what we compiled for you.
Are you there? All right, let's listen to this rap from the comedian. Let's be serious. You ate. What did you eat, all of you? Atego, what did you eat? Okay, good morning, teacher. In English. This is not fair. Okay, I'm going to sing it in English. Then you sing it in what? Did I hear Chinyarwanda? Chaji chechuru, chatetingon. We are going. No stopping. Sibjo. No stopping. Okay. Chaji chechuru, Je, tia. Wonderful. Then there is this one. Sana, if you can do it. So is that? Isa. Saddam yarapuye. So let's use Obama. Saddam yaratarafa. Let's use Obama. Our president. Obama. Obama. Now. Isn't that better? All right. Okay, now we are going to sing this one. Okay, that was not the joke. The joke is, parents, they take us to schools and they give responsibilities to teachers. Be careful. First ask, what is the name of the mathematics teacher? You know? And then, how many inches down? 1, 2, 3. And then you hit it, and then you wait for the sound. You don't know. That is why you make some noise. I'm killing you. But let us take our Nyamurenge. Our fellow Nyamurenge having the same drink. Is it? Mungu Venez. No mangira dream. Listen. No mangira dream you come back. Baba never actually Cuba, you don't choose to Ladies and
And joining me in studio today is the one of a kind, the person that we have all probably heard of, Nkusi. Arthur, welcome to Rise and Shine.
Thank you. I don't know how to react. You know, most of the interviews, men, so I'm like, what's up, how you doing? So now I'm wondering, should I say hi?
You just be like,
hi, how are you? Anyway,
Yes.
thank you very much.
Anyway, you are very welcome to Rise and Shine, of course.
Thank you.
But before we go any further, basically just start by introducing yourself. Tell us, what do you do for a living?
I do a lot, and I
Yes.
have got this intro that I've written, designed, and performed so many times. People tell me it's funny. Let me try it out. So my name is Arthur Rutura Diaspora Karuka, under 18, Doctor of Broken Hearts. If you see me with a lot of ladies, don't be shy. Just know I'm with my patients. Comedian by profession, musician by accident, and a student by force.
Nice. Oh my God. If anyone had an intro like that,
Yeah.
I mean, if I had an intro like that here on the show, everyone would probably be watching
You
the
can
show
write
every
one.
other
I'm
day.
sure you can.
So I
You
hope
should think about it.
I hope so. Maybe I should.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
include
please.
different things. Anyway, so what is a day, a typical day like in Arthur's shoes?
That
Being
depends
a comedian.
on what kind of day, because I'm not only a comedian. I'm a radio presenter.
Yes.
I'm a theater performer. I do contemporary dances. So I most of the times do contemporary classes. I teach contemporary dances. So on a Monday, it's work. Morning from 5 a.m. to 10, it's work. And then I do my other businesses. I have some comedy shows that I run, you know, start running up and down
Yes.
in meetings. Tuesday I have a TV show that I shoot. And then Wednesday I start working on the content and everything. And then Thursdays I'm normally off so that I prepare for Friday. Friday is when I start doing my dance classes. I start doing my gigs for Saturday. Sunday I'm a family guy. I visit my family every Sunday.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That sounds like a busy schedule.
Not
for-
busy.
But it's fun. I mean,
It
not
is fun.
everyone.
It is fun.
It's
It is
like you
fun.
choose your own kind of schedule.
Yes, I love being busy.
Great. So
Yeah.
let's take it onto the comedy industry, which is what we're going to be talking about today.
Mm.
What does it mean right now, at this particular time in Rwanda, to be in the comedy industry? You as a
What does it mean? Well, now the comedy industry in Rwanda is not very big because you see we don't have a lot of comedians. If you count them, you can't finish your fingers. So it's like it's a small industry, so it puts pressure to those that are there.
Yes.
You find that people are saying, I see Arthur, you need more material. And I'm like, but guys, I'm on radio from morning. I have a TV show. I do gigs. Sometimes I get drained. You see the thing? So it's
yes,
really
definitely.
a lot of pressure. But now I would say the industry is big because every show that we do, we don't get less than 500 people.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness,
and
that's-
it's something big. We do that like every month or sometimes every 2 months depending on how the money comes in.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
people turning up for these comedy nights, and I've seen so many that are very, very
Definitely.
interesting. I've
Very many.
managed to be at some
Which
of
one?
them, the comedy
Okay,
nights.
okay.
But it's quite interesting what you guys do. But
Thank you.
of course, where do you see the comedy industry going maybe in the next 5 to 10 years, according to you, being
I don't
Rwandan
know.
and
I'll be honest with you.
Yes.
I don't know because I didn't know it will be like this in the last 5 years. You see, if I had answered the same question, I'd be like, I think we'll be very big. Well, I'll be predicting. But
Yes.
all I know is right now, I'm actually starting up a program called the Comedy Hub, a hub of comedians. You see, we don't have an art center of where you can find comedians, dancers, musicians.
Yes.
But now what I'm trying to create is a hub of comedians. So what I did now, I just told anyone who's interested and said, you guys send me your number, send me your name. I posted it on my Instagram, my Facebook, and even wrote some stories.
Yes.
So now what happened is I got like 30 kids that wrote to me and said like, you know what, Arthur, I'm interested. So I got a venue that giving me the place for free. And I'm like, you know what, guys, every Thursday, let's meet, perform. People come. That way the industry will grow. Maybe in the next 5 years, we'll be having 10 Arthurs, 10 Babus, 10 Michaels, all new people, you
Yes.
see. And I would say in the next 5 years, I don't know where it's going, but
So-
it's good.
yeah, basically, so you're kind of mentoring or taking on a project
Yes,
to bring
yes.
in new people in this industry.
It's exactly how it has happened in any country. Basket Mount is the guy of Nigeria.
Yes.
You realize that Churchill, the guy in Kenya, he's done the same thing. He started the Churchill show, and then he got guys like Eric Omondi. But now Eric Omondi is free. He's a solo performer. So what I'm trying to do here is get comedians. Because for them, they can't organize shows. They
Yes.
can't get sponsors. But you see now, me, I have the sponsors. I have the venue for free. And I have the followership. So it means if I put a new kid on a show, people now are going to start following the kid. Now it's up to them to brand themselves and make them. I'm
Yes,
not creating a group.
Yes.
No, it's just a hub.
It's just a hub.
Yes.
Wow, that sounds like quite something, especially for an expert, I would say, in your field of expertise. But of course, this is the moment that probably all of us have been waiting for. Having a comedian on set, means I should be cracking up.
That's the
by
first
now.
thing people will say.
Yes, the introduction.
Do you ever interview soldiers?
Not so much.
Do they shoot you like, hey, yo, shoot me, I'm having a soldier here, you know?
No, not really.
Everywhere I go, everyone wants me to crack a joke.
Yes.
And I'm sure that's what you want to say.
That's definitely what I want to say. So anything that you'd probably have.
Anyway,
that
I
would make
prepared for this.
anyone-
I knew you would ask for a joke.
Yes.
And then I was like, anyway, let me do this. So it's something that actually happened. It's not a joke. It's something I come to realize that when the police stops 5 people walking at night, idle, only one guy has a reason. You know, and the other 4 just create reasons on the other reason. So the police stopped these guys in Nyamirambo. They said, Mujiye, njewe damaseni yangonze ubu ngiye mu bitaro. You see, that is a good reason. Now, the second guy had to create a reason that is next to that reason, and it's like, ninje uza ibitaro biri ninje umujyana. Yes. The other third one is ninje utwaye imodoka mbajyana ku bitaro. The fourth one, ninje uri bwishyire facture y'ibitaro. Now the fifth one didn't have a reason. All he had to say, ninje damaseni wa mugonzi. So,
oh my goodness.
It's not a joke.
It actually happened.
It does happen.
It happens every other day.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Arthur,
Thank
for
you,
coming.
thank you.
And of course, we hope to, see you
Definitely,
or have you more
definitely.
here in studio.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for
Come
being
to our
in.
shows more.
We will, definitely.
Maybe next time I'll interview you.
For sure.
Yes.
Gladly, I would do that. But of
Yeah.
course, this was Arthur Nkusi,
Thank you very
the one
much.
and only, and we had him here in Rise and Shine. And of course, we hope to have him even more on the show as we continue. But there you had it for what he thinks where he thinks the comedy industry is going lately in Rwanda. But of course, we'll have more for you here in the show. But do endeavor to reach us on our different social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, accordingly, to know more about this. That is all we had for you for Lifestyle. We'll be right back after the break. Well, that is all we had for you for today's stories of On Rise and Shine Rwanda. But don't forget, we'll have to hear your thoughts, comments, and feedback on what you're talking about here on Rise and Shine Rwanda. Tweet us at Rise and Shine RW. Like us on our Facebook page, and do send us your ideas for the program. Go check out our YouTube page where you can catch all the shows and the reposts that we do. And please subscribe. Endeavor to check out our Instagram account where you can also go ahead and post your pictures. We do love to see some of those. And lastly, go ahead and check out our website where you can catch every single thing that we do here in Rise and Shine Rwanda, from backstage to on stage, and every single silly thing that we do here on Rise and Shine Rwanda. Of course, I am Peace Quizera.
And I am Ivan Magwene. We hope you enjoyed the show. Did you guys enjoy the show?
Well,
what was your favorite
roller
participant? I always ask you that.
Well, when you ask Peace if she would leave the EU, I mean, that was really good.
If I was from the UK, that was amazing.
Unfortunately, Peace is not from the UK.
And I don't have a
We're
UK.
from the East African community. We are from the East African community, but we hope you've been proud of us as we are proud of you too. Do let us know, of course, your feedback. My name is Ivan Magwene. We hope to see you next time. Please do join us then. But for now, it's goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.